Fans, welcome to the 2024 Cascade Conference Championships already underway. Second quarterfinal presented by U.S. Bank and hosted at the beautiful Lithian Driveway Fields. This quarterfinal, the second quarterfinal, is number 3 versus number 6. Rocky Mountain versus Warner Pacific. The Knights and the Battling Bears. I'd like to thank our local partners for hosting the CCC Championships, Travel Medford and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission, City of Medford, Parks and Recreation, and our university host, Southern University and Oregon Tech. Also, thank you to Table Rock Sports for the streaming of all 14 games this week. Aaron Nilsson, Madison Childers, Danny Canada on camera for us. And welcome, Madison. And you've been on games before already.
Yeah, this is my third game of the day, actually.
Wow. All right.
Full day of soccer.
There's not a lot better things, I'd have to say.
Oh, no.
Even though it's chilly. And Warner Pacific in the sky blue tops. Those are black or navy bottoms. What do you say? There's black?
Black, yeah.
Okay. And the all black for Rocky Mountain. Yeah, the quarterfinal we had right before this, Carroll College, the number 1 seed, winning 4-0, moving on to the semifinals on Tuesday. I know it's a tournament. That's the thing is like it's a pretty quick turnaround. When you're looking at other like professionals or anything, you usually get 3 days between games. This is just 1 day between. That's got to be rough.
Yeah, I will say these Cascade Conference players are used to it. You mostly play games back to back, so even having the day in between is refreshing for them, I'm sure.
In high school, I know playing in high school, our tournaments, it was that you'd play a couple in a day, but the one thing that is nice is you can freely substitute. It's not you're out once you're out. Like you can go out for 20 minutes, go back in, another 10-minute session. So I think it keeps it more fresh. I think that's more feasible, I feel like. But you've done it. You've played it.
It is a nice, that's a nice part of the NAIA. I will say, I think, the limited subs forces coaches to be a little bit more strategic, whereas in the NAIA, you don't have to think about them as much.
Yeah, just sub at will, whatever you need. The only stats that I just keep track of, just because we don't have a statistician, is corners and then shots. But I should have been. It's one of those things where keeping track of some stats and then you see how the play is, and you're like, oh, I wish I would have been counting that. Like last game, it was the fouls and the yellow and the cards. There were probably 8 yellow cards handed out in that match with Carroll College and Multnomah.
Yeah, I was on the other side at the SCU versus OIT game, and yeah, that was something special. But this tournament always is so fun, I would say most of the time the high seed will take it, but every once in a while you get that low seed coming in and taking the win. I think the tournament just brings something different out of the teams. Just fun to watch.
We could hear them screaming over there. What happened with that one?
It was went to golden goal, and
Okay.
OIT scored 6 minutes in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just devastating,
Man.
alma mater.
Yeah. But this one so far, just 5 minutes into it, aggressive, but nothing excessive yet. Unlike if anyone had watched the Carroll game just before, it was. We had a coach from Multnomah who you just see the water fly from the water bottle and the cap just fly onto the field, and there's a lot of stuff. But who knows? We could get into it, and it could be even worse in this one. But just the first few minutes, getting the feel for both teams. And with the conference, because I'm not familiar as in following really. We don't really cover tip box sports. We cover high school, so it's a privilege and it's awesome when we get to cover college. But with it, is it when you're playing in conference? Is it a home and away between each team? Is that kind of how your standard you set up the regular season?
Yeah.
Okay.
You play every team. You only play every team once,
Okay.
and you travel, but you switch off every year. So, in your 4 years, you'll play each team home twice and each team away twice.
And that's like high school then. I mean, high school you're going to be playing
Yeah.
alternating year if you're home and away. At least like football. Football, that's the way. If you're at North Eugene one year, North Eugene will be at home for you the next year. That's why I wasn't sure if like Warner Pacific and Rocky Mountain had already played each other twice. One at Rocky Mountain, one at Warner Pacific, but they haven't. They've only probably played once.
Yeah, and I want to say soccer is one of the only schools that does the single game, and just because it takes a lot longer to recover from a soccer game than most other sports, I want to say in the NAIA and the Cascade, volleyball and basketball will play each team twice. But the shorter season just makes every game that much more important.
And are you familiar with either of these teams as far as players or what's happened with them this season?
I did a little bit of research, and I know Rocky did beat them earlier in the season 2-0. However, Warner is the higher seed, so I think we're going to have a really interesting matchup today. Like I said, the tournament just brings out a different level from every team. Sometimes you played teams earlier in the season, and now you're a lot more developed. So it'll be fun to see what happens tonight.
It is, as far as the clock stopped and the trainer looking at. Just can't see the number who's down there for Warner Pacific. He's right here. Just can't see it. Looking at his shoulder, it looks like. Gabriel Rincon. So Rincon going to come off for a little bit.
Palomino's taking this free kick.
Great ball, but out. It's going to be Warner Pacific throw. So Knights have it. That's the other thing I had to get used to, as I was saying on air for the last match, was covering RCC last night. They run it's the running clock with stoppage time. And so I'm running the scoreboard on here and the clock, and I'm like, cool, I'll just let it go. And then, wait, they're stopping now every time, just like in high school.
Yeah, Americans love to take things about European sports and just mess them up, you know?
Yep, we'll tweak it, put our own
Yeah.
little twist on it. Oh, yeah. It's confusing from one night to the next. You never know what kind of clock it's going to be and what they're running. We are just now 8 minutes into this one.
It's a great takedown line by the Knights.
Kind of fun. You know, players always checking in with us. It happened in the last game too. Everyone was like, "Hey, number 4 coming in." Like, that's down there. Assistant referee will handle you, but I can write it down, but it's not official. So foul here on the Knights. That's Luke Tews who went down. Yeah, shots and corners, the only 2 stats I'm keeping track of, and there hasn't been one yet, right?
No corners.
Not an actual shot, though, either. We call
No,
it?
no
Nope.
clear opportunities
Okay,
quite
I
yet.
think so. It's like I didn't count any actual shots. That one's out. Going to be Rocky Mountain throw.
It is interesting, these teams coming in at the 3rd and 6th seed, and looking at the rosters, these are very young teams. We're seeing a lot of freshmen, so it'll be fun to see what they do in the next coming years in the conference.
Yeah, and having just mostly freshmen or whatever. There's some juniors. Couple, wow, I haven't even seniors. I mean, Rocky Mountain's got one.
Yeah, and Warner Pacific's got
One
2,
senior.
it just looks like. So we're very young teams battling today.
3 seniors between both squads. Another goal kick for the Knights. And with the closer seeds, 1 versus 8 in the previous matchup, okay, there was quite the discrepancy. But here you expect, 3 versus 6, closer seeds, more competitive, closer game maybe. But as you know in soccer, you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
All of a sudden it's 6-1.
Yeah,
like, what?
Like I said earlier, Rocky coming in at the 6th seed, but beating Warner earlier in the season 2-0. So we have no clue what's going to happen tonight. And it's still been a pretty back and forth game so far, 30 minutes in.
And remember, that's the
30 minutes.
You're looking at from a normal professional's perspective of starting from 0. We're not. We were 45 going down, so it's only 12 minutes in. Yeah. See, it sort of got you. It's confusing. But yeah. It's like, it's the 34th minute. No, it's actually and then going backwards, it's even harder. You're like the 12th minute now? I think it's the 12th. It's the 13th? Wait, 11th, 12th, or 13th right now. I have to figure it out myself.
I can't do that math.
God.
I just like to play soccer, not do math.
Yeah. Don't worry about the math then.
It's a great ball by the Knights.
Well defended, out for a corner kick. First corner of the match.
Looks like Jimenez and Leach out there taking this one together. Leach will leave it for Jimenez.
Someone from the Battling Bears was going over there to prevent the short corner of it, but yeah. Not happening. Well, maybe. At least a dummy. No, they're doing the short corner. Far post, still in.
Woo!
And it's in. The Knights score first. And I got the replay of it. We'll see. But I don't know if there was a deflection, if it really went straight in right here. I couldn't tell if someone got there at the near post.
It looks like Olandon got that final stat. And I think that play is going to happen a lot today. Those short corners, they're very clinical in the box, the Knights are.
So just at about 32 minutes, 13 minutes in, it's 1-0. Free kick for the Bears. They're stopping the clock.
So far, it's been a pretty fairly called game. I wouldn't say that it's been like that all day. So we'll see how this game goes.
Yeah.
I think especially on the men's side, you get a little bit, you know, the refs having to deal with a little bit more attitude.
To the assistant over there, yeah. That's fine. We'll get more. We'll check more in. We're a table. I got a pen. It's confusing. I get it. And no foul call here. Going the other way. That one sent up and no flag up. Waiting to touch it. He's touched it. No flag up. No offsides. And taken down. I don't know how much of the ball he got on that one, but they're calling for a corner.
Yeah, I think that's just a clean tackle by the Bears.
It's hard to see from here if the ball moved. It didn't. I don't know, but the ref was closer than us. I'll let him have it. Looks like Bryce McCole coming off. Antonio Cipriano coming in for the Knights. Setting far post.
Great clearance by the Bears.
It's going to be out for Knights throw. Keeper's got it. Oh, Chippy right here. Okay, now it's starting to get a little out there.
Yeah, I think as the game goes on, and while the foul was called on the Knights, I think the Bears are going to start to get throwing a last leg out there.
Well, the ref will have him retake it. And for this one, Wilson Munoz is center ref. Samuel Sanchez, Alejandro Robles are the assistant referees. And Jason Perlowitz is our fourth official here, just to our left on the sideline.
It's a great ball in by O'Donnell.
It's just so nice to see how often guys are taking it out of the air with their head and not letting it hit the ground. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
I would just hammer that home. I coached at Crater for 4 years, and it's just like, guys, don't let it drop. Get it out of the air. I know you're afraid of it, but don't be afraid. It's all right. Everybody's hitting. It's awesome.
I talked a lot about that in the SAU versus Eastern women's game. You know, I think a testament, whoever wins the first and second balls in every game, you win the game. And so not letting it drop.
It's a big deal.
O'Donnell swinging it back around through the keeper.
It's like a confidence thing as well, right? Because you see people just really, if you shy away from the ball, yeah.
Yeah, I think at this level they're pretty confident in the air. But I definitely agree at a high school level, that's where you're trying to teach that tenacity. Rocky women cheering loud for their men's team. They won their quarterfinal earlier today in a golden goal versus Northwest.
I love golden goal, personally. I don't know about you.
I hate golden goal.
Okay. I hate shootouts. But why do you hate golden goal?
It's just so unnatural. None of the game is played like that. I think you always have the opportunity to respond. So, and then having a season end so dramatically is just,
yeah,
it's tough.
It's like just playing pickup. You're like, let's go wins.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I mean, even though it's like 10-2, you're like, let's go wins over the team that has 2 scores the last one and they win.
Yeah.
I mean, but do you like shootouts then?
Well, yeah, shootouts are.
Do you like shootouts?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I can't stand those because I'm just like, that's unnatural. Just because you're good at the penalties or your goalkeeper sucks or is just not as. I'm just like, come on, you're supposed to score. Yeah. That's why let's let them play. Just let them go. Just run until someone gets something.
It's very American of you.
Really? That's American?
Yeah. That's like the American football mentality, like no ties, like everything has to end in a.
Well, no, with a shootout, there's a winner still.
Yeah.
It's just if we're choosing between a golden goal or a shootout, I'm definitely going golden goal.
Well, you go golden goal and then shootout. That's how this tournament. Yeah? Yeah. If there's no golden goal after 2 10-minute periods, then it goes to a shootout.
Yeah. So it'll go if no one scores in the golden goal overtime. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather just no shootout and just keep going until someone scores. Just forget the shootout. Just keep going. Someone eventually will score. That's your winner. So just golden goal until that's just forever. But it's not because I'm not good at penalties. I am. I'm good at penalties. Always have been. That's not the thing. I just don't like it. I don't like penalties.
I think for the players and the spectators, people don't like penalties. It's a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
I will say after 120 minutes of soccer, though, sometimes your calves are fine just taking one last shot.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I understand. You just can't just go forever and then just kill everybody because an injury's going to happen. But I just prefer if it wasn't shootouts. I'm fine with ties. I'm totally fine with ties. Yeah. So now 21 minutes into it. Just most recently, everything's been played here in the middle of the park. Rocky Mountain pressing, trying to peg him back. That one cleared out, and I believe it's corner.
I think we're going to need to see a little bit more fight and bite from Rocky if they want to stay in this. Warner's getting to every ball before them.
Now the battling Bears, they better battle. It looks like it is going to be a corner. First one for Rocky Mountain. Near post, cleared.
Back in.
In the box near post, but just wide.
Another corner by the Bears.
Stop the clock.
A call not favored by the Warner Pacific side.
Put in nicely. So they are giving it as a goal kick. But yeah, from here, I mean, it looked like it was wide. It was just wide of the near post, so goal kick would have been obvious. But because it ricocheted off the other ball, it was there. Still confusion.
Yeah.
Now we cover CP.
Good battle in there. That's a great ball in.
And cleared out for a throw for the Knights. Now we've got a yellow. Definitely something he was saying. It was hard to see the number. I know. There we go. So Espor Mayele?
Mayele?
Yeah. From Burundi. So it's interesting. These are universities, yes. So for your colleges, in that you're going to get more of an international interest as opposed to community college. But I'm just amazed, kind of looking at these rosters. The last one too. You got California, then Germany, England, Ireland, Nevada, Congo, more Austria, England, than Brazil, Burundi, Montana, Spain, Alaska, Malawi. Like, it's just Australia, all over the place.
The NAIA, I believe, doesn't have a limit on the amount of international players you can have, whereas the NCAA does. So a lot of these players come to this league, just to try to break into the U.S. soccer sphere.
It just, because of the nature of soccer, outside of the U.S., you have such a player pool because it's typically the number one sport in every other country outside of the U.S., typically. They've got offsides on the Knights.
ACP, you got to be onside there.
We're stopping the clock because he wants to chat. I do appreciate that, though. I was a ref for 2 games. That was it. Junior varsity up in Grants Pass. And I just appreciate when refs will actually take time to talk to the players.
That's a great turn by Suarez.
Come back the other way. The Bears still with it.
Oh, great flick on. And handled by the Warner keeper. Quick out to Leach, who will send it up.
I believe it is No Rodriguez, I believe, is the goalkeeper there for Warner Pacific. So the Bears with a throw in just to the left of us.
The Knights are doing a great job of just doubling down every time Rocky Mountain gets the ball.
It's got a swarm. As you give any player any time on the ball, the great ones are going to slice you up. But as soon as you swarm, you get right on them, then you can make them mess up. And that's the one thing, too, I would just tell my team when I'd coach, I'd be like, get to it no matter what. If you don't win it, whatever, just get on them. Just don't give them any space. Make them mess up. Rodriguez slides and collects it. And the winner of this one will earn a spot in one of the semifinal matches, which will be on Tuesday. Kind of talked about it, either 4 or 7 p.m. That'll be Wheeler Field in the stadium here at Lithia Driveway Fields. And the championship will be on the 14th at 2, also in the stadium here at Lithia Fields, Wheeler Field.
Great ball.
Still in. That's going to be out for a corner.
Great effort by, I believe that's Cipriano.
Third corner for the Knights. One sub for both sides.
The three of you marking one guy, we can push Hime higher, right? Hime was sitting on the one player there. You guys push, you have 3v1, we can go higher.
Left-footed, swinging in. Far post, headed back across, off the crossbar. That's throwing for the Knights. That close to 2-0.
Ball in collected by the Rocky Mountain keeper.
I believe it's Stefan Schenk, number 1.
First ball won by the Knights. Rocky Mountain will swing it around the back.
Wow, look at Schenk. He's there at the center circle. Goalkeeper for the Bears. He loves playing that up.
Yeah, it does look like they're playing a little bit more sweeper-keeper style. And good thing.
Yeah. The only option he had being outside the box. I believe they may have called offsides anyway.
Great touch by O'Donnell. Suarez on the line.
In the box, across, and cleared out.
Great opportunity. I would have liked to have seen that as a shot instead of a cross.
And that's where, especially taking stats, sometimes you're like, was that a shot or was that a cross? And
Yeah.
that leaves it for personal interpretation. So it's going to be a throw-in. Rodriguez dives and gets it. See, some might say, oh, that was just a shot, just headed it, try to go back. Maybe it was, but that looked more like a flick on. But,
I think he was just trying to do any last-ditch effort.
Yeah. Outside of the foot, but no one running onto it, at least from the Warner Pacific side. Schenk with it. He's got 13 and a half minutes left in the first. Knights throw another sub. Free kick for Rocky Mountain.
Keep coming, Abe. Keep coming, CP. Deeper.
Unfortunate touch. O'Donnell out for a Knights throw right here.
Jay, move around, come on.
Looks like a Warner team getting a little lazy with this 1-0 lead.
A little too early for that, but yeah.
Great
Playing
flick
for
on.
33 minutes. Maybe a little bit tired too. Yeah, it's just kind of like,
It's a great offensive take by Ed.
oh, right in the side netting. Great attempt there. Print on site is here for all your tournament gear. Purchase official championship t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and other items. Print on site has a wide variety of sizes and colors and will be here throughout the tournament. Gonna switch to field and yeah, a little bit too much mustard on that one. I always wonder why they say mustard. Is it because it's spicy? It's got a little kick or something? Why not ketchup? Too much ketchup on that
I
one.
know, I've never heard that before. It must be a spicy.
Yeah. Like, a little too much mustard. I'm like, well, what? Rocky Mountain looking to get a little bit of space to get a shot.
I always love as the half goes on and more subs are made, kind of which team's depth stands out more.
Be out for a goal kick. We're under 10 minutes this first half. Jose Vargas Robles coming in for the Knights. And Raul Villar going in for the Bears.
That was a little bit of a softer call than I would expect.
Yeah, don't say it too loud. Ref right in front of us. Oh, it was. Yeah, compared to everything else that's already happened, yeah, a little push. That way. And Shank misplayed that one. It's going to be another corner for the Knights. That's their fourth of the half.
Can we go now?
We got some bodies on the floor right there. Stopping the clock. This is kind of saying before. It's just, I do like that Munoz is actually taking time to talk to these players instead of just giving cards and calling fouls. Just, you know, let's just teach here what to expect. That's part of the challenge in any sport in any game is to figure out how is the ref or official going to call this. Is he going to go light on us? Going to go hard on us? What can we get away with?
Yeah, and I think him taking the time to explain earlier in the game, honestly, is making it easier for him later in the game. You know, you're not going to get as much of that attitude back when you're taking the time to explain it.
And they can say, all right, talk to you, so that's it.
Great take by the Bears.
Cross, no one's there.
It looks like that Bears defender is going to continue to take those offensive runs. He's doing a great job with it.
Backwards, keep going, Sanguino. Right there.
Great possession. I think the Bears are trying to pull Warner Pack out from their comfortable seats, and they're just not giving in.
And Warner mostly has been playing, looks like, on the counterattack. They scored off the corner, but it's been a lot of this. It's been really controlled well by the Bears. Just can't get that final shot. That was a little bit of push. Definitely getting chippy. Arms were extended. Damian Palomino's just definitely extending the arms on that one. Full on pushing. It's going to be a goal kick, though, for the Knights.
Suarez putting some pressure. Great defending by Leach.
Yeah, Leach has been putting in a lot of work there on that left side. That wind could go away, though. I'd be all right with that. Makes it even colder. Plus, blowing our papers around. Oh, Shank just gets that cleared. Here's the time we're going to put everything we've got as far as paperweights go.
Good Angel, good Angel.
Sent far and out for another goal kick for the Knights. So 4 minutes until halftime. For a throw. Rocky Mountain trying to see what they can do here in the last 3.5 minutes.
Great switch.
Sent into the box. Too far for Villar. Goal kick Knights. Box a shot, but high and wide. All the way back to Shank. 1 minute left.
Great ball in. Cleared by the Knights. Great ball in. And they're just winning every ball in the air, that Warner Pack back line.
Sorry, Rocky Man only has 2 shots. Look at 2 shots. The ball has been down there so much, but they've really only had legitimately 2 shots.
Yeah.
A lot of deflections, or they just don't get it because, the Knights have been getting it. That one, close, just wide. Rodriguez collect it, and that will be your half by pretty quick. We got a 15-minute halftime. We'll be back and chat a little bit, recap this first half. Be back in a minute.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
There's a time machine that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings, the big expansions, and the celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there. The late nights, cold pizza, the glamorous travel, the juggling acts. We are in for all of it, all of us. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City, or Brian from Boise. He's great too. And thousands of other bankers around the country. Because your glory is our glory. If it's important to you, it's important to us. And all the cold pizza will be worth it. To get us farther than we ever thought we could go. To be better than any of us could ever be alone. Proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official. But you can only be one. Know your role.
Is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Let the journey be your destination in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
We're losing a lot of referees and umpires because of the abuse toward them.
We get way too many people who feel they can officiate much better from the stands.
Getting parents to realize that they need to engage their kids in sports in a positive way, and that's teaching them to have fun with the sport, and then the competitive side follows. And then with the referees, and maybe letting the referees ref and the coaches coach and the parents parent.
Know your role. Visit SouthernOregonSports.com to learn more.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings, the big expansions, and the celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there. The late nights, cold pizza, the glamorous travel, the juggling acts. We are in for all of it, all of us. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City, or Brian from Boise. He's great too. And thousands of other bankers around the country. Because your glory is our glory. If it's important to you, it's important to us. And all the cold pizza will be worth it to get us farther than we ever thought we could go, to be better than any of us could ever be alone, proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us.
Diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
There's a time machine that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings, the big expansions, and the celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there. The late nights, cold pizza, the glamorous travel, the juggling acts. We are in for all of it, all of us. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City, or Brian from Boise. He's great too. And thousands of other bankers around the country. Because your glory is our glory. If it's important to you, it's important to us. And all the cold pizza will be worth it to get us farther than we ever thought we could go, to be better than any of us could ever be alone, proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your role.
Welcome back to the Cascade Conference Championships here at Lithia Driveway Fields in Medford, Oregon. Aaron Nilsson, Madison Childers, or Maddie Childers? Madison?
Yeah.
Okay, Madison Childers. And Danny Canada, our cameraman, up on the scissor lift. That goal came at 32 minutes left, so 13 minutes into that first half. The only goal we have seen in Warner Pacific with that goal. 4 corners for the Knights, 1 for the Badland Bears. 4 shots, 2 on goal for the Knights, only 2 shots for Rocky Mountain. What did you take away from that first half?
I think we can tell even just from how they're starting this second half. The Bears are coming out hungry. They know they need a goal, and they know that they need to fight a bit more. I wouldn't say the opportunities were necessarily better for either side. So it's just all about capitalizing on what they do create.
Something the Bears have not done just yet. They had a lot of possession. I don't know exactly time of possession and what it was. We don't have that stat. But they had a lot of the ball down in the final third of the Knights, but just couldn't. Warner Pacific's always on top of it. You talked about too. It's just always there. Seemed to be first the ball most of the time, getting everything out of the air and not letting the Bears to get any shots.
Great ball in by the Bears. Daniel first 2. Again. Great turning, great battle, but Warner does double down.
And that's something to watch as the game progresses, especially if it stays with this scoreline and how chippy it might get. We might see some cards.
I think as the half goes on, too, we're going to see Warner trying to slow the game down, which often frustrates that chasing team.
Into the box. And out.
We've been seeing that a lot too. Great service in and just nothing on the other end for the Bears.
And they do have a corner, first corner of the second half. Rodriguez comes down with it. I think it's going to be kind of fun for us too, actually, on this side of things now with Schenk, goalkeeper for the Bears, just playing such a high line and way outside of his box that we'll get a lot of that action on this side, I think.
I'd love to see Warner kind of taking advantage of that high line and maybe taking an early shot.
That's one of those dangers if you are playing that sweeper keeper.
Suarez switches it to O'Donnell. Great ball in.
Wow, off the post. That a beautiful
that's
header.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
What a great chance. Has it back across the goal. Far post, right off the post.
You know, anytime you hit the post in a quarterfinal or just a lose or go home game, you're going to think about those.
Just like, yeah, just three. I mean, where it hit.
I actually thought it was in.
Yeah. And that was, I mean, you're talking 2 or 3 inches maybe to the inside of the post, and that was going to go across the line. That's all he needed.
Great defensive effort by the Bears. And he was going to take that. And on the counter, shot's over by Warner.
That looks like it was deflected. It'll be out for a corner. First corner for the Knights. That one's sent in and cleared by the Bears.
It's getting chippy over there, and it's only going to get worse as this half goes on.
Yeah, free kick. There on that far sideline, just inside of the midfield.
Bears just possessing across the back line, looking for their right moment.
And the Knights just laying off of it too. They're not pressuring up there. Staying in their own half.
Switch to Daniel. Deflected.
Good cut. Good run here.
McCole alone.
And right to Shank at that near post.
Just couldn't get the numbers up with him. Great opportunity, though.
And that I would count as a cross. I believe he was looking for a teammate right in near post.
Oh, that's a cross.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not putting that down as a shot. That is a cross.
Shannon, you can come higher. Split the difference between these two.
Here comes the pressure from the Knights now. They turn it over.
And the Bears defender 3v1.
Comes O'Donnell running down that right side. And they're going to get a free kick down there outside the box.
With two teams far away from home, it's nice to see the Rocky women's team showing out for their school. With a little bit of energy from the crowd.
Especially in the cold. There's just, we're winding down. Most of the games have already been played, and there's not as many people around, and people just want to just bundle up. And so, yeah, it's nice to get a little energy out there for sure. Off the wall.
And out for a corner for the Bears.
Second corner of the half. Near post. Eventually to Rodriguez. He's got a runner. And he gets past him.
Oh.
Out for a Knights throw. Substitution for the Knights. U.S. Bank is the fifth largest commercial bank in the United States and operates 3,080 banking offices in 25 states, providing a comprehensive line of banking products to consumers, businesses, and institutions. U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Cascade Collegiate Conference and presenting sponsor of the 2024-25 championships. Oh, and they're that way out. Now under 35 minutes. 10 minutes gone in the second half. It's in the box.
And that's just like we've been seeing all game. The Warner counter, and the Bears able to get it in Warner's half, but just not get the shot off.
Ooh. Stopping the clock on this one, too. That's Palominos who's down for the Knights. quickly. And then we've got cramping, another Knight player. And calling for the trainer even. And we'd like to thank our CCC corporate partners, Under Armour, Court Sports, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Lascare, and Herf Jones. Thank you for the support of the Cascade Conference. Might be a bit, just getting massage there, worked on. We'll be right back in a minute. They're getting coming off here. But as Matt said, you're just talking about it's your first day commentating, so it is great to have you. And you're actually talking, which is nice because a lot of people I've worked with too, they're just once in a while they'll say something. I appreciate any of it because I did the last one by myself. But getting into that, yeah, is just about. There's so many people we just don't know. I mean, I've never seen any of these players before, and just getting to know the names. And we're doing the best we can as far as pronunciation too. Pronunciation is a big one. Where I'm just like, oh, I'm butchering this. I apologize to anybody who is listening. Apologize if some of those names are being butchered, but doing our best. Now through ball, but no one goes for it. It's going to be a goal kick for the Knights.
I think it's going to become pretty apparent that the Bears are going to have to keep it on the ground, and it's going to have to be a clinical finish because Warner is just cleaning up every mess that's made.
There's that one header off the post just about 7 or 8 minutes ago. Great chance for the Bears, but yeah, they're picking it. Yeah, they're picking out anything.
And that's his flag is down.
And Shank is big, and then the follow-up is on the side of the net. Yeah, no offsides. Interesting.
That's a great solo play, you know. You got to put those away. They're still up 1-0, but if this game gets closer, that's something you got to capitalize on. Great take by the Bears. I'd like to see the Bears taking a little bit more outside of the box shots. You know, the space is there, but they're driving so far into the box, and that's where it's kind of they're losing their opportunities.
Because yeah, they're getting pretty close to it. They've gotten in the box a lot. We do have another Knights player down.
It's a great clearance, and
he's up now. Especially if you're not getting those final passes to get that shot. You got to try something else. Test the keeper.
Daniel alone. We'll find switch.
Still in. Collected again by the Bears defense.
Janet, come higher!
It's a great defensive effort by Warner Pack.
Hey, stand up!
Reese Moxon coming on for Paul Katende. And Brian Sanguino coming on for Antonio Cipriano. That shot. Rodriguez there to dive down near post, put it out for a corner. Third corner of the half for Rocky Mountain. And now it's cleared, but we're stopping the clock.
And checking in on the other semifinal across the park.
A lot of screaming.
I was about to report a 0-0 half, but that might change.
Looks like whoever is in the white over on that field just scored.
Yep, and that's going to be a goal for College of Idaho, who's playing Eastern Oregon in the other semifinal matchup today. Quarterfinal.
Shepard out for throw-in for Rocky Mountain.
Janet, higher! Janet, higher! Yeah, right there, right there. Hold on, behind. Good, yeah, you're good right there. Yeah, you follow me. Good, Angel. There you go.
17 minutes gone here in the second half, so we're in the 63rd minute for playing 90. Oh, cleared off the line.
That's a great defensive effort by the Bears.
There were so many Warner Peck players right there. I thought that they were on defense for a second. I was like, wait, no, they're wow.
And they've been doing that a lot. They're swarming wherever they are, whether it's in the midfield, the back line, or in the offense. They are just better in numbers.
Wow. That close to being 2-0.
And that kind of backline save, you know, Rocky is still in this, and you can tell, you know, hasn't been a slip up in effort. They just haven't capitalized on the opportunities they've had.
Yeah, we're stopping the clock.
27-10.
Resetting the clock. Yeah, just one goal. It's, yeah, that narrows the margins. Plenty of time, 27 minutes. Will we look back at that play as the pivotal moment? Swing it in. Ooh. So it'll be a free kick for the Bears.
Mark up, mark up, mark up! Yeah, Janet, watch wide, Janet!
And then all the way back to Shank. No foul. Signaled by Munoz. For another throw for the Badland Bears.
A good testament to the Bears' defense. They do a great job at keeping possession in their back line.
Yeah, they're calm. You see them easily just swinging it back and forth. Where it is, I can't tell if it is a corner. I believe it is because of how they're backing up, lining up at the goal. And it is. Fourth corner of the half for the Bears.
In swinger. Headed out by Warner for a goal kick.
That free kick right here at midfield.
It's like a throw for Warner.
Yeah. The bench exuberant over that. This will be for Rocky Mountain though now. About the same exact place. We're now just exactly halfway done with this second half. Clean tackle in the box, goes out for a corner for the Knights. Fans follow all the conference athletics. Visit CascadeConference.org. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, 21 universities, 3,000 student athletes, and 16 championships. This is the Cascade Collegiate Conference. Second corner in the second half for the Knights. Overshank it in. Was that an own goal?
No, I think that's a clear finish by the Knights.
Confirmation on who that was.
Game management. All right, let's close it out. Let's go. Let's go. Shannon, you're high.
Oh, do you have the replay? So we'll show that. Yeah, so it might have actually been 15 right there, Brian Sanguino. He was part of the celebration with it as one of the two, but it might be someone else. Didn't hear the confirmation of it.
I think now with a 2-0 lead, we're definitely going to see this Warner Pack team doing everything they can to slow it down. They'll take the yellow for the slow throw-in. You'll see the keeper doing everything they can to push the clock out, and I think we're then going to see a frustrated Rocky Mountain.
And just listening to the Warner Pack bench over here too it's more they're not even sure too. Is looking at the replay, I played back a little bit more too, and it's unclear exactly who got the final touch, and it could have even come off the defender of Rocky Mountain, but no matter what, it's in the back of the net, so it's 2-0. Doesn't matter. They're up 2 now with 20 minutes left. And that was one thing too. After that goal, that the coach, assistant coach, or players, but they're just talking about game management now. Game management up to just play smart, play cool. So we got another one down. I believe it's Damian Palominos again. I believe who is down in the box. Reset the clock there, 1956. Trainer coming out for that one. Unpack, unwind, and enjoy the luxurious tropical feel of the Compass Hotel. Something we really want to think about right now is how cold it is here. This resort-style, family-friendly property offers a relaxing island vibe amidst the rolling hills of the Pacific Northwest. Hungry or thirsty? Grab a bite and a drink from the 5 o'clock Somewhere Bar and Grill directly on site. Whatever your vacation needs are, you'll be well taken care of at the Compass Hotel. Book your stay now. He's still down, getting help up. And Patriot Electric is a family-owned business that has been powering up Southern Oregon for close to 20 years. We are a core group of licensed electricians with the resources and capabilities to complete any job, regardless of size, in both the residential and commercial fields. Our goal is to provide safe, effective, clean, and beautiful electrical and lighting projects, ensuring quality you can see. Patriot Electric. Yeah, quite the delay here. You're doing a drop ball.
Great switch. Cleared out by the Knights.
And Rodriguez, under some pressure, collects it cleanly. Now for a goal kick. And when will we start to see Shank come up even more to play with the offense?
You got to wonder if he was one of those strikers turned goalie and
Yeah.
still wants to go out there.
Yeah. Your coach has got to be uber confident to have someone like that with they're good with their feet. Because essentially, yeah, playing that sweeper role. Last defender, not sticking in their box. But also fast. He's got to be quick and athletic to be able to get back. All alone. Can he keep it in? He does.
I think we're seeing a little bit more flair from this Warner Pack team too, a little bit more technical, creating unique opportunities that the Bears just haven't been able to make for themselves.
And they're still pushing forward as Rodriguez comes out but bobbles it and gets it back up. Stop the clock again. And Rodriguez, keeper on the turf. He's helped up and looks to be okay, which is good. But Precision Electric is a full-service electrical contractor that's been serving Southern Oregon for over 4 decades. Precision's client-centric team includes designers, engineers, estimators, and administrators ready to respond to any issues or emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From simple residential jobs to multi-million-dollar commercial projects, Precision Electric is committed to always delivering pride in craftsmanship. We are back underway. And we're going to get a card. So Munoz giving that signal. There's like accumulation of fouls for that one.
Yeah.
You reset it to 17-25. Was it touched? Looks like it will be a goal kick.
We're not seeing as many subs for the Bears, whereas Warner Pack seems to be cycling in every few minutes with fresh legs.
As you see that, O'Donnell comes out for the Bears. I don't know if that's a comfort level thing, a fitness thing, or a depth thing.
Yeah.
This one hit to the far post of it.
Yeah, and that's where I just like to see a shot.
And they're going to have to start do that now with 16 minutes left.
We're going to need a Hail Mary at this point.
And they give them a corner. The 5th corner for them in the second half. And headed out. Back in. I believe that was Villar there intended, just couldn't get on the end of it. Got it inside the box. Out, but is that a corner? They put it for a corner.
In the butt, Abe! In the butt, Abe!
I think that was a throw. Now it's out for a corner for the Knights. Yeah, they're just up the clock. He's at 14:30. I'm already down to 13:58. Yeah. I'll let the clock stay until it climbs back down here. What's we got on the field? And that is offside. There we go. Now we match. We're under 14 minutes to go. Headed back into the box. Good interception. And now cleared out way here, but Schenk will get there first.
And that was just, yet again, you know, one of those moments where Rocky's in the box. The ball's bouncing around, but they just aren't getting a shot off.
That's all they need. It's just one touch, and this thing could be, they cut it in half 2-1, and then you never know. You throw everything forward. But
and keep her off his line.
Quickly on his line.
Oh.
Great attempt there, just over the crossbar.
Warner having some great opportunities this second half. First two by the Bears, cleared by the Knights.
Oh, had that gone through.
Suarez fighting.
Keep Rose! Keep Rose!
Deflected and
Yes, Brendan! Yes!
saved. Yeah, saved from being a corner. I think that's Leach down there doing that.
Flicked. And
Get us up! Get us up!
Warner keeper taking his time.
Keep it in, keep it in. Good, Jose. Backwards, good. Now we're back. Now we're back.
This is two where you might see this game start to change with more time-wasting tactics by Warner, and then you're going to see more desperation and things you haven't seen from the Bears. And hopefully, as you're saying too, taking more shots, taking something from farther out. Can't always just walk it in.
I appreciate the effort by Torres, though, you know, still chasing the ball down, even though up 2-0 with 10 minutes left to go.
Far post, but no one's there. And that's one benefit of having just unlimited subs, essentially, is, okay, I'm tired, coach, give me out for 5 minutes, get someone else in there. Because you can put that effort in where you might have to spare yourself maybe a little bit more if you know I'm on for 10.5 minutes. Doesn't matter. Oh, that was definitely cleared out. Yeah. On to the next field.
Keep coming, Abe. Keep going. Get going. Go.
Great take by Torres.
There we go. Got a little 2-on-2 going.
Great recovery by O'Donnell. Great recovery by O'Donnell.
Snuffed that one out. So you feel like a third goal was surely put it to bed here. 2 is still just hanging in the balance.
You know, it's the worst lead to have in soccer. I've always been taught that.
So I feel like one goal lead is the worst because it's only one. But
and I've always thought that, but coaches
yeah.
for some reason are always like 2-0. I think it's because you start to get comfortable.
And then 1 goal and you're like, wait, one more and we're tied. I always wondered too. I was like, why everyone says that? Headed across and pushed off to the crossbar.
That's a great save.
No goal. No goal. And that was going in. Rodriguez pushed it off the crossbar.
Pick up your marks, Jose.
The post is Warner Pack's best defender this game.
Atrás, Jose.
Stopping 2 great opportunities.
That bounced in. That, I believe they're to call a foul on it. It bounced off the top there, just on the outside of the post. Will be a. Looks like it was a goal kick, is what they're calling it. So 7 minutes to go, just over 7. Here's Warner now, slowing it down.
Great ball in and
Off the head. Jose Vargas Robles with that goal kick.
Protect middle. Paulo, who do you got? Janet, who do you got?
They do call the foul.
yeah, that's a bit of a grabbing from the jersey from the back.
Yeah.
I will say the nice thing about two young rosters is the worst thing about this tournament is you lose and you're done. Your season is over, and for some, your career is over. So with the young teams, they'll have the opportunity to come back again next year.
Oh, yeah. Like, all right, let's regroup. We got next year. Right, so the 3 seniors. That's amazing. Throw for the Knights. So now 5.5 minutes left.
And on the other side of the complex, it's now 1-1 College of Idaho versus Eastern Oregon for who will play most likely Warner Pacific.
Get back a little bit.
And that will be the 7 o'clock game on Tuesday. OIT and Carroll will play at 4 p.m. on Tuesday in that semifinal. That one over the crossbar for another goal kick. But there's your shot from distance.
Yeah. With 5 minutes left to go, that's all they need.
Hey, be back here. We need this one. Yeah. Jose took it. Keep fighting, boys. Keep fighting.
Punched out for a Knight's throw.
Strong Mario. Watch middle. Come on.
Good defense there, shepherded out that one for another goal kick. Just 3.5 minutes left.
We're not seeing too many time-saving tactics, though, from Warner Pack. They're still going strong, going to goal.
Yeah, they're even right there, just him taking that goal kick. It wasn't anything unusual.
They don't seem to be worried about the result. As I say that, we're slowing the game down a bit more now.
Yeah. With 3 minutes left, here's where you really go like, all right, you want to take it? I'm going to take it. You want to take it? Let's just converse a little bit longer than normal. Look around. Oh, should I kick it here? No. Kick it over there. No, just went for it. He went for it. Yeah. They are not concerned. They're not confident maybe getting a third.
Yeah.
As they are just wasting time. Free kick there, right inside there in midfield.
Higher! Abe, come higher!
And he stopped the clock.
Right there!
Okay, 2:23. Shank looking to get this one into the box.
It's a great ball in.
Yeah. And Rodriguez comes down with it.
No way!
And he just sends it up.
Take it to the corner. No foul. Stop fouling! Zoe, see it!
Yeah, we're seeing not the game management you'd expect from the Warner Pacific side.
Yeah. They're playing like there's still a whole half left. Missed on that side tackle.
1v1.
Oh, and he
Great
kind of
effort.
escapes that. Wow.
And Vargas alone.
They're
Great ball in.
Screaming at him to go to the corner, and he just crosses it into the box. Man.
You know, these boys don't care. They want to score themselves.
Yeah. 1 minute left.
Down the line! Up the line!
30 seconds left, and Warner will kick it out.
No fouls! No fouls! Stand. Good. No foul. Good.
Great defending by the Knights.
No foul. Stand.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
There's a shot from distance, and we will add that. So that is your final, as Warner Pacific will head to the semifinal on Tuesday. Final stats from this one: 6 corners each for Warner Pacific and Rocky Mountain. 10 shots for Warner with 6 of those on frame. 8 shots with 3 of those on frame for the Bears. And those 2 goals, 1 in each half, were landed in the first with 13 minutes gone. And the second one, which hard to see really on who actually got it and who will claim it, but it came in with 21 and a half minutes left. 2-0 your final score. What are your final thoughts on this, Madison?
It actually, you know, with a 2-0 with Rocky coming out on top during Cascade conference play, I think it just proves that this Warner Pack team developed a lot more as the season went on, and they came into this tournament hungry and ready for that national tournament berth. And it looks like an update. Eastern Oregon coming in with a late goal to be 2-1 over College of Idaho to see who will play Warner Pacific.
That'll be wrapping up here shortly, which have it here as well on Taylor Rock Sports. We thank you for watching. On behalf of the Cascade Collegiate Conference, congratulations to both these teams. And again, as we've talked about too, is a lot of freshmen and sophomores on these, and We will probably see them back next year with a very competitive quarterfinal match. Warner Pacific moves on. The Knights will play in the Cascade Conference men's soccer semifinals presented by U.S. Bank, held on Tuesday here at Wheeler Field in the stadium. Thank you to all the fans, everyone tuning in. Data Canada for up there on the scissor lift for us, shooting that game out in the cold. And for you, your third game, that's right. Third game in. Doing well. Thank you again, Madison. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful, safe Sunday night and a week. We will be here Tuesday and Thursday for the 2 semifinals and the championships here, TaylorRockSports.net. We'll see you then.